Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to my lecturer, Sir Elyas Sulaiman Mohandas, and to all my friends. My name is Hazim bin Azmi. I am from MU 223 Faculty Music or Business. I am from group MU 590A. For today, I will do activity 11 informative speech main idea practice 4 organizational patterns, problem and solutions. My title is the importance of sleep. Firstly, I will talk about what causes sleep problem. Common cause of insomnia include stress and irregular sleep schedule, poor sleeping habit, mental health disorder like anxiety and depressions, physical illness and pain, medications, neurological problem and specific sleep disorder. What are the most common cause of sleeping problem? Common cause of chronic insomnia include stress, concern about work, school, health, finances or family can keep your mind active at night, making it difficult to sleep. Stressful life event or trauma such as the death or illness of a loved one's divorce or a job loss also may lead to insomnia. Next, I will talk about what are the problem of lack of sleep. Some of the most serious potential problem associated with chronic sleep deprivation are high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, heart failure or stroke. Other potential problems include obesity, depressions, impairments in immunity, and lower sex drive. Chronic sleep deprivations can even affect your appearance. Okay, next I will do the 8 common sleep problem and the solution for the problem. So first, waking up with anxiety in the middle of the night. The problem, likely a specific emotional stressor like a breakup that affect your sleep long after you feel like you have healed emotionally. This type of insomnia come later in the night. You might be able to get to sleep at a normal time, but you end up waking up feeling sad or anxious in the middle of the night and tossing and turning until it's time to get up. Sleep come in fits and start rarely offering any deep, restful sleep. This type of insomnia usually has a clear participants, says sleep medication specialist David Newbeyer, MD, a sleep medicines specialist and associate director of the Johns Hopkins Sleep Disorder Center in Baltimore. Newbeyer calls these situations conditional arousal, which he said is common sleep problem like this may have been entirely caused by internal trigger, but over time they become self-propagating. Eventually, the individual is conditioned to become anxious about their sleep. How to fix it? Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Next, acupuncture. Next, avoiding wine. And lastly, accepting some awakening. So next problem is you fall asleep so early that you wake up early and can fall back to sleep. The problem, your job schedule and family leave you understandably exhausted by the end of the day so much so that you fall sound asleep as early as 7 p.m. but never for the whole night. You might wake up around 2 a.m. by a child crying, a spouse snoring, a need to use the bedroom. Never manage to fall back to sleep, you lie awake until 5 a.m. or so when you feel like it's normal hours to get up and go. How to fix it? If you are spending too much in bed, says Dr. Susie Eders, instead, establish a standard working time and stick to it 7 days a week. Then works backwards to figure out what your bedtime should be. So if you want to get up at 5 a.m., plan to be asleep by about 10 p.m., not 7 p.m. Gradually adjust your bedtime so you are able to stay awake later. That will help your body adapt to the new schedule. So this is the second point and the solution. The third problem is you suffer from chronic insomnia. The problem: can remember a time when you didn't have trouble sleeping? You take longer than an hour to fall asleep, wake several times throughout the night, and stay awake for anywhere from a few minutes to an hour each time. Sleep medication help to some degree, but leave you feeling drowsy the next day. You try every trick in the book: yoga, doing vigorous exercise early in the day, avoiding caffeine, and reading or writing in a journal before bed. No luck. How to fix it? First, pay even more attention to your evening routine and sleep environment. Next, make an appointment at a sleep clinic. The fourth issue is hormonal changes are wreaking havoc on your sleep. The problem: you have never had problem sleeping until menopause hit. Now, no matter what time you go to bed, you have problem falling and staying asleep. Tossing and turning in the new norm, taking over the counter of prescription medication help, but leave you feeling sluggish in the morning, not refreshed. You worry about the risk of hormone replacement therapy to treat menopause symptoms like hot flash. How to fix it? First, use caution regarding over-the-counter sleep medications. Second, consider taking 0.3 milligrams of an over-the-counter melatonin supplement. And last, go for a checkup. The next problem is you are a night owl, but it leaves you totally groggy during the day. The problem: you've always been nocturnal, but the situation has gotten worse over the years. You now so alert late at night and stay up until well past midnight watching TV, reading related email and others. But your super early wake up time leave you feeling incredibly drowsy, irritated and exhausted during the day. But no matter what you do, you are wide awake when you should be hitting the sheet the next night. How to fix it? Start slowing down and readying yourself for an early bedtime. And 9 months also suggests blocking blue light, the blue end of the light spectrum emitted by ordinary light bulbs, television, smartphone, and computer screens. So, the thing can fix is by slow play smartphone or see television. The next point is you are always too worn out to fall asleep. The problem: you often stay up until midnight or later reading or catching up on work. When you realize how late it is, you jump into bed, but you are still too stimulated to fall asleep for at least another hour. Maybe the tendency is now exacerbated by an erratic schedule, and any sleep you do end up catching isn't very restorative, since you usually just dreaming about work you have just been doing. How to fix it? We can always design a sleep schedule that fits with our work schedule, and that's especially be a problem for someone with genetic night owl tendencies, say physical and sleep research Gary Richardson. He suggests careful napping to help balance out of your sleep schedule, especially on days when you have an early wake up call. Try laying down and relaxing and getting up after 1 hour. regardless of whether or not you actually doze. So the next problem is the last problem is you actively stay up late because it's the only time you can get. You stay up until midnight or later to have some precious downtime or finish what you were able to during the day, even at the expense of getting good night sleep. You might also sleep very lightly and off and on, since you might still be stimulated from what you have been during that downtime. How to fix it? It takes 30 minutes or so early in the day to do the thing that are keeping you up, like checking email or writing lists. And remember that getting enough sleep is one of the best way to treat yourself after a long day. Practice letting go, say Naiman. Work on managing stress by exercising more, and if possible, delegating your work and chorus so you don't feel like you have so little time to complete everything. So this is the problem and the solution for sleep problem from doctor and someone that have experience in sleeps. So that is for me for activity 11. Thank you.